Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. The NIN Research Talk program will commence in a moment. Hi, Ibu Siti Suharsih. How are you today?
Hello, Budina. Nice to meet you.
Okay, nice to meet you too. Is my voice clear, ma'am?
Yes, sure.
Okay, thank you very much. So we still have around 2 minutes, while also waiting for more participants to join us this afternoon.
Yes, I think some of my students also have not joined yet, until now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm waiting for.
You were still waiting. Okay, we still have around 2 minutes, so we can have a talk first.
Well, I see some names there. Ibu Nai. Hello, Ibu Nai.
Oh yeah, Ibu Nai. Ibu Nai from STKIP Siliwangi.
Hello, Ibu Nai.
Hello, Bu Nai. Long time no see.
And do you see my name, Bu Arsi? You don't see my name?
Your name is International Officer.
That's right.
Oh, it's too long. Sorry. I'll need to change.
International Office, then someone who
because you don't show your face, Paudi.
I can see your face. That's enough.
Only voice.
So it means that you only want to watch me.
Oh,
hello.
There.
Finally.
Okay. Right. You know, Budina, I think Paudi is the most busiest person, yeah.
Wow.
Several times I asked him to meet up, but he refused, you know.
Oh, really? A lot of schedules to attend.
Please don't use that word of refuse. I was not refusing. I just say
cancel, postpone, something like that.
2032. That's our meeting, June.
Okay. I will wait for you. Hello, my students. Hello, Alfian. Okay.
Okay, I guess
we better start. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Okay.
And don't you see other names too? Ibu Dr. Aisyah Hamidiah, Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris.
There is no name, Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris.
On behalf
Bu
Eri ya.
Bahasa Inggris.
Aisyah Hamidiah, Bu Murti Ayu, Bu Eri Rahmawati ya. Thank you for attending our program today. Okay, so it's 2 sharp, so we better start. Yeah, so because we only have around 60 minutes for this program. Yeah, Bu Arsi, Pak Udi.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Okay. In the name of Allah, the most gracious and merciful, may peace be upon you. I warmly welcome all the participants to the NIN Research Talk program. For those who are newly joined this forum or program, this program is designed as a forum for researchers in all fields in science and social science to disseminate their research with publics, undergraduate and graduate students of Untirta, so that the academic community of Universitas Sultan Ageng Tirtayasa and publics in general can have a wider choice and varieties of issues to learn. In this NIN Research Talk program, we have Ibu Dr. Siti Suharsih, who is going to share with us a very interesting issues about language maintenance. I am Dina Rahmawati, as the moderator of this session, substituting Ibu Dr. Intan. She extended her apology for canceling her attendance as the moderator for this NIN Research Talk program because she had a very urgent call from Director of Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia. So back to the topic of the NIN Research Talk. So it's not only your cars, or your motorcycles, your electronic devices, or even your relationship with the loved one, which need maintenance. Language requires maintenance as well.
Yes, that's right.
We'll learn further about that. Yeah, what is language maintenance? How is language maintenance from Ibu Dr. Siti Suharsih? But firstly, allow me to read her abridged curriculum vitae or profile. Ibu Dr. Siti Suharsih is an educational expert as well as a lecturer at English Education Department of Universitas Sultan Ageng Tirtayasa, Banten Provinsi. She enjoys cycling, traveling. So she's very adventurous, yeah. And one thing that you really need to know that she's a very good singer.
Oh.
She earned, So, should we start with
Singing a
first?
song. Oh.
Singing a song as an opening. Okay, she earned her undergraduate degree from the Diponegoro University, Semarang, from the Faculty of Letters, majoring in English language and literature, with concentrations of specializations in pure linguistics. Her magister degree is from Universitas Negeri Jakarta, and she earned her doctoral degree from Universitas Indonesia in linguistic and language maintenance, as the concentration, the core concentrations. Okay, Bu Doctor, you have 30 to 45 minutes for presentations, and then after that we are going to have 15 minutes for Q&A session or question and answer sessions. Without further ado, let's welcome Ibu Dr. Siti Suharsih.
Okay, thank you, Ibu Dr. Dina. Okay, I welcome to all the audiences and participants. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Okay, it's glad to see you, especially my colleagues and also my students, and also some of my old friends, Ibu Dina, our old friends, okay, Ibu Nai, okay, and then maybe some of the participants outside Untirta, okay. Hello. Well, I think I'm just want to tell about my experience in this case, Ibu Dina. Okay, because the topic is really taken from my research, okay, dealing with my dissertation. So I think I asked you to listen to my experience, and if you want to add or maybe to share the same experience with me or with us, I'm very glad. Okay, and it is just only 1 hour, yeah, Budina.
Correct. 1 hour session.
1 hour. Okay, 1 hour session. Okay. If you ask me to sing a song, I don't think that is enough.
We'll enjoy your singing then.
Okay, let me share some notes here with you. Wait. Okay. Okay, what do you think, Budina? Can you see my
It's clear, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Okay. Yeah, this is one of the longest research I have conducted. Yeah, because it took it almost 2 years. Okay, to get the the maintaining. Okay, the maintenance of the language. Okay, as Ibu Dina said that not only the relationship, yeah, but also the language really considered as a human. Okay, it is born and then grows, perhaps going to old and then died. Okay, so that's the most interesting point for me. So I really want to see further about the process of the language. Okay, and especially when I was born in Banten and I speak Javanese, then I realized that some of my friends also me myself, okay, seldom speak Japanese with my family. So that's my consideration at the time. And then I see another one. Wait. Okay. That the fact Banten is a province, open space to many local languages such as Sundanese and also Javanese, Bahasa Indonesia, foreign language, to grow and to develop. So you can imagine that the speakers in our region is maybe multilingual, yeah, because they can speak Javanese while they can also speak Bahasa Indonesia, English for you as a student, and all of the languages grow perhaps together, okay, in your mind, okay, and consequently that these languages lead the society or lead us to choose which one of them use in communication. And in my research, I concerned with the heterogeneous. There are 4 locals, so four locations, Ibu Dina. So I put them in the government area, and then industry, tourist attraction, also village. Why I divide them into 4 locals or 4 locations? My consideration at the time that I want to see the level of the maintenance of the language, yeah. amongst the people who live in the government area, industry, tourist attraction, and also village. But then I realized that my decision really took much time, much energy, because I have to round all of the area or sites, yeah, in Banten province. Okay. Yeah, that's why I really want to see about the language choice and also language use. So the main, the main activities at the time that I really want to know about the language choice used by the people in the whole location, and then also the language use. Okay. In addition, the language use comes not earlier. Basically, the first intention for me is only finding the language choice. So I only want to I only distribute the questionnaire, and I got the frequency or the intensity of the use of the language. But then one of my promoter asked to really still use in the community. So I have to observe, okay, in some areas. So the language use itself, okay, the use of the language, the use of the of Bantenese, okay, and we can see that here that I put three intention or put three goals, trying to find a language choice. I distributed the questionnaire to 340 respondents, and then the 340 respondents related to their age, their sex, education, and also job. Okay, so I put myself into complicated assignment or complicated research because I consider them into some layers of social factors such as age, sex, education, and also job. And then I also want to prove that the language of the Bantenese is still used in the society on the speaker. So I also observe the language in some research sites. And finally, I also want to see the comparison or the differences between the four location, okay, and at the time I also put myself in another complexity. I have to do the non-parametric bandwidth test. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. Some experts say that if you want to conduct research in language, so the best way is doing qualitative, okay, because language is not numbers, language is not percentage. So you have to really prove that the language is spoken or written by narration or by description. So that's why it is also the additional task for me, Budina, because at the very first time, I only want to do the quantitative research. But then some of the professors there suggest me to also give a very deep description about the language, because you are talking about the language, they say. You want to focus on the use of the language. So you have to portray the language to people, to audience, to readers. Okay, so they understand and they believe that the language still used are alive, yeah, until now. Okay, yeah. So there are some attribute at what is it I called, yeah, maybe keywords or yeah, perhaps keywords, yeah. Some of the main topics, okay, in my research deals with the domain of the language. I choose family, okay, as we know that the domain of language, some of them schools, for example, family, workplace, and I choose family. Why family? Okay, I have a reason for this, because because language, vernacular language or local language, mostly spoken in the informal way, yeah. and in this case, informal way considered as considered in the family, in our family. So if you want to check your language whether it is still alive, it is still used, okay, you have to check your family. You have to check yourself whether you are still using it, to your brother, to your sister, to your mother. Okay, but then you can figure out that the language still alive, as long as you are using it. Okay, started from the family. And I also remember when Fishman wrote that the most crucial institution in maintaining or preserving language is family. Okay, so I think this is a really basic and core in dealing with maintaining the language. So I choose a family as the domain of the language. And then I also relate with the factors, because a language spoken by the speaker, and the speaker not only brings the body, but also they bring the culture, the social factors, and many more. And I put one of the influential factors in choosing the language, that is social factors. I put them into some range in age, started from 17 until 60. And then I divide them into female and male. And I also put them or differentiate them based on their educational background, started from not graduate from elementary until graduate from college. And from jobs, I put them also in several jobs, such as students, ASN, or ISN in English, Budina state. Yeah, and then housewife, sellers, and also others. Others here, this is also one suggestion from my co-promoters at the time, that if you want to see the complete jobs in your society, they are not only students, ASN, a housewife, or seller. So you have to put another, another attributive, yeah, such as others. So everybody beside the previous four, so you can put them in others. Okay, so from these layers, you can imagine that, okay, my data is so rich, but then I got complicated how to evaluate the data. Okay, so this is also some recommendation for you. If you really want to interested in conducting research dealing with the language, you have to focus on the, maybe 2 or 3 keywords, yeah, for your research, and then you can do the research, or you can gain the data comprehensively. Okay, and after that, I also see them, the speakers, in 4 location. Okay, the government, the industry, tourist attraction, and village. Okay, the 4 location here, basically based on my consideration also, that the society divided into 2 main categories. They are they are who living in a village. Perhaps in my at the time, my assumption said that the speakers who are living in the village will preserve their vernacular language stronger than the people who live around government area or industry or tourist attraction, because as you see that when Banten opens itself to be a province, so people come and go. Okay, they want to look their jobs, for example, and then they stay, perhaps not permanently, but temporarily they will stay in that area. So the people who come to Banten will also brings their own language, and also their own culture. And we can see that they perhaps communicate with Bahasa Indonesia, or perhaps one of the vernacular language, whether in Bantenese, whether in Javanese, Sundanese, or Javanese from West Java or Central Java, yeah. Okay. So yeah, the research that I conducted deals with the theory of language and society, and then language choice and social factors, and also the language use. So three concepts or the frameworks really help me to elaborate the data in findings, also in discussion. But I really concerned with the language use from Fishman, because I really agree with Fishman theory that if we want to see, if we want to preserve or maintain our own language, especially vernacular language, so you have to see your family. Start from the family, not start from the the bigger situation or bigger condition, yeah, but just start from your own family. Okay, so you have to check that language. Okay. Yeah, my research also inspired by many previous ones, yeah, but the most inspirative research comes from Ibu Meti Istimurti. She conducted the research about the variety of languages in Kota Serang. Okay, so these are the examples, okay, taken from Ibu Meti, okay, and she found that in Kota Serang, okay, the people speaks in ragam bebasan, and then kalimat ragam pergaulan, and also, yeah, ragam bebasan and pergaulan, sorry. Okay, I give the example in ragam bebasan. Ning kampus jeh baliki sore Pak, yarek mah kita kon merene, anak apa Pak? Oke, kalimat ragam pergaulan ning kampus jeh mulihe sonten Pak. Oke, asik ke bantu apa Pak? Insya Allah Sabtu lah ke kegiatan. Bantu apa Pak? I think it should be change ya, pergaulan dan bebasan. I'm so sorry. Oke, and you get the terjemahan. Di kampus pulangnya sore, Pak, kata ibu. Saya disuruh ke sini ada apa? Oke, in my environment, basically most of them speaks in ragam pergaulan, Budina. Okay, even when they have to talk to the older, perhaps their parents, yeah, they use ragam pergaulan, and it is not taken as impolite expression. No problem, yeah, because some of people say that in Javanese we are not dealing with polite or impolite, okay, but in some areas in my research sites really deals with that kind of expression, such as in Cilegon, in Pontang, okay, they really care about polite and impolite expression. So most of the people in Cilegon will use ragam bebasan if they talk to their parents or the people older than them. Okay, but not in Kota Serang. Okay. Yeah. So in my research design, because there are so many topics, so many things I want to explore, then I realized then, yeah, I use qualitative and quantitative. Oh my God, the two the two paradigms makes me leer. Okay,
Make you confused, overwhelmed.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. And talking about research site, so this is my research site. Okay, there are 10 locations. There are 10, we call it district, yeah. Okay, kecamatan. Okay, and you see that the map of Banten, okay. I have around, Ibu Dina, okay, yeah, started from number 1 to number 10, okay. And really, I put myself in trouble because of moving around, okay, one area to another area. only want to see whether my language is still used or not. Okay.
No wonder it took years, yeah, ma'am, to collect the data.
Okay, but I think if we go back to our, what is it? If you want to do the research based on your passion, I don't think that it will be a very hard for you. Okay, yes, challenging, yes, but I don't think that it is hard. I think everything will be considered as a very interesting journey.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we see that number one. Okay, it is too small, yeah, Budina.
Yeah.
Okay, Kecamatan Kibin. Oh yeah, okay. So I have to describe
It's in
my
Tangerang.
research location, yeah, Budina.
Yeah.
I put I put the respondents into 4 location. Started from the government, the area, the people who live near the government, basically. Okay, I choose KP3B. I choose one of the village. Okay, I don't remember what the names of the location. Okay, Sukajaya. Okay. I choose Sukajaya, and Sukajaya is really near from KP3B. The location is at the back of the complex of the KP3B, yeah, and it's about 200 perhaps walk from KP3B to Sukajaya. Okay, I the way I get the data at the time. Okay, I have to, I have to see or meet. Sorry, I have to meet the not respondent, yeah, but informant. Okay, so I have 10 informants. I have one informant for one location. Okay, when I went to Sukajaya, okay, I have to see my informant, and then if I went to industry, for example, Kibin, Cikande, okay, I also got the one instrument there, and then another location considered as industry is in Cilegon, Ciwandan. They also have one. And then I also went to Panimbang. Okay, yeah, Panimbang, Anyer. Okay. Fortunately, at the time, I called my friends, Ibu Dina, my old friends, yeah, who live in some of the areas. So I also put them as my informant. So I went there, stay maybe a day, only to see the language used. How Bantenese used by the people in 10 sites here. Okay, but I only ask my partner. Okay, I also have a partner in doing or in conducting this research, Ibu Dina, because I don't think that I can make it all by myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, especially when I especially when I have to go to Pandeglang. Okay, Pandeglang, Cikesik, yeah. Cikesik and Anyer. Okay. But I think others I can make it by myself, such as in Kasemen, Curug. Okay, I went there. Sometimes I ask my friends, yeah, to accompany me to get the data. Okay, so yeah, this is my research sites, and yeah, I think I can understand why I have to spend many years only for doing this. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is the findings. Okay, from 340 respondents. Okay, related to their social factors. Finally, we found that it's the same like in the theory, Budina, that the people who are in range, yeah, 50 to 60, they are in in comfort zone, because they are not in a busy or a rush hour because they have to go to workplace, for example, and they are in retirement, yeah, if I'm not mistaken. So they will be more stable in choosing the language. And in this case, in my research context, this age considered as the persons or the speakers who really stable in choosing in using Javanese. Okay, and then graduate from elementary. If we look at from the education, and then female, okay, and also trader. Why female? Anybody can answer?
Because female talks a lot.
Okay, because female talks a lot.
Talkative, yeah.
Okay, because female seems to me that they want to show their their identity by showing their language, even the language is not formal or is not in a formal position, yeah, but they are proud of using that kind of language. Okay, and trader. Okay, this is it is surprising me because trader, in my assumption that they will meet different people, right? But then, based on the result of my research, the trader keep maintaining their language, the language Javanese. Okay. And when I considered them info location, government, industry, tourism attraction, and village, okay, so we know that the theory said also that the people who live in village will keep their language as also their identity because the language considered as their identity. So my result of research also show that most of the people, the speakers who live in village, keep using the language. Okay, but if we consider another three location amongst government, industry, and tourist attraction, it is also surprising me that the people who live near government area keep the language much bigger in percentage, yeah, amongst industry and tourist attraction. Okay, so the people who live in Sukajaya still using still using Javanese. Okay, then when I go there and I ask some of the people, they say that some of the people who live in Sukajaya also to be the the staff, yeah, in KP3B in some of the offices there. But the position of the people is not in the important position. Okay, what I mean is that the position of the job position of the people, even they are from Sukajaya, they do not have. Because they only to be the staff or maybe office boy, okay, or perhaps not important. That important position, yeah. Okay, so they will commute with their community. Okay, for example, for office boy, they will talk with another office boy, and they talk Javanese. Okay, only seldom of them speak Bahasa Indonesia because the process of communication between office boy and the boss, for example, is rarely happen. Okay, so they keep their language tightly, even the location of their houses near with the government area, KP3B. Okay. Yeah, so the intensity of using Javanese the highest in percentage, okay, in the numbers of speakers among tourism and industry based on this the data. And then from all location, yeah, we see that the people who live in village show the highest intensity of using Javanese. Okay. Well, this is the example, Ibu Dina.
Kamu kerasan.
Okay.
Very interesting.
Wait. Okay, should I read? Okay, the data taken from the conversation between in family, yeah. It's between ibu and anak, mother and daughter. Okay, they are living in the they live near modern area. What's that? One of the biggest companies, yeah, in Cikande. Okay, and I found that some of the word really relate with the environment. Okay, we see that they mention leader, okay, or pemimpin or boss, ya. Okay, kerasan, alhamdulillah kerasan. Orang niat gunah ngekos, tidak berniat kos, orang lah mending kene baik, mau ngekos lah ke Bature, tidak, mending lebih baik di sini saja. Kalau kos tidak ada temannya. Oke, bolak-balik baik ya. Terus iku apakah ketuanya galak ora? Okay, so this is also the interesting finding that Japanese basically has many varieties, Ibu Dina. Okay, and one of the variety is the vowel, is the sound, yeah, appeared in the last word, ora, ore. Okay, so this example, so the data show that the people use ora. So the final sound is a. Okay, but if you check in my neighbor or in my environment, they will say ore. Okay, ore. Okay. Lah wis diremukaken bae, mun ngoceh mah sing salah mah ya dibeneri bae. And then oh ya, terus mun balik megawe lu megawe pun harus sape. Okay. And then terus disebutnya leader. Okay. And I realized that language is really like a human, ya Ibu Dina. So they can mixed, okay, switched, okay, based on the style of the speaker, based on the factors around the language itself. Okay, leader is in English, right? Okay, but they put this word into their conversation when they are using a Japanese. Okay. Okay, and this data is taken from one village in Keramat Watu. Okay, Tonjong. Okay, I went there, and in that house, the family consists of parents, and then grandparents, and then grandchildren. So I think that's a very complete portraits, yeah, in a family. And in this case, nenek or grandmother had the conversation with the grandchildren. Okay, abi. Okay, I found another word taken from Arabic, yeah. And then yuk ambil antimone yuk. Antimone no. Okay. And then I remember that at the time I asked the name of the girl, yeah. And then the woman also asked the girl, we are using the Javanese. Siapa juga namanya nong? Okay, and because the little girl didn't understand, okay, and the woman switched using bahasa Indonesia. Siapa katanya namanya nong? Namanya siapa? Okay, and And this fact realized me that in the second layers, because in the family we have the first layers, parents, okay, and then the second layers, children and grandchildren. Okay, when parents talk to grandchildren, okay, they will use bahasa Indonesia. But when the parents talk to first layer, what's the children, yeah, okay, they are still using, at the time they were still using Japanese, but not with the grandchildren. Okay, so it indicated that one day, perhaps 10 years more, or perhaps 20, Japanese can be, switch, and then finally, not died, yeah, but also maybe extinct and then died and extinct. So everything is possible. So this started from our family. Okay, so I got the very real example, yeah. Okay, and then this is also second from Tonjong, and we got the example how bebasan used between when keponakan has had a conversation with paman. Okay, beras mah buatan tumbas nggih. Oke lah dolar merike. Yeah. Okay, that's the expression of bebasan. Artinya beras tidak beli ya. Or nantilah main ke sana. Okay, but when the man talk to his keponakan, okay, the keponakan names is Jamjuri at the time. I remember the names. Okay, he used pergaulan, ragam pergaulan, or pergaulan variety. Pamangku mah mending baik. Okay, so the man didn't use bebasan expression when he talked to Jamjuri as his nephew. Okay, so it is also a proof that bebasan for some areas still used and considered as a polite expression when the people or the speaker talk to older, or to people who has high status, for example, or older than the speaker. Okay. Another example, Budina, I took from Kampung, what is it? Yeah, in Panimbang. Yeah, I remember this location. Some of the areas when I went there, they basically didn't want to be Bantenese or Javanese, because they claim that they originally came from Indramayu. So some of the words here also derive from Indramayu's Javanese, I don't know, dialect, yeah, such as nok, okay, nok gombale arep udan. Nah, gombale, gombal. Okay, gombal, it is not Japanese expression, yeah, used in Kota Serang or Kota Cilegon, yeah, because gombal really comes from the people who are speaking Japanese in West or East Java. Okay, but the community, they are really keep their previous language, yeah, a variety of Indramayu's Japanese. Okay, so this is the example. Nok, gombale, and then bli. Okay, some of the vocabulary really different from Japanese in Kota Serang and also Cilegon, yeah, Cilegon, Pontang, Kasemen. Okay. Yeah, so we come to the conclusion of my research that 86.50% of respondents choose Japanese with their family. And social factors dominates choosing the language is speakers, okay, with 51 to 60, and then they are female, graduate from elementary, and also the sailors. And the Japanese still used in family domains in all sites, okay, from my observation, from my and questionnaire, basically the all locations still use Japanese for their communication within their family. Okay, and from the degree of maintenance, the respondent living in village show the highest intensity among all. So they are living in village, really pride of their local language as their identity. Okay, this is another spoken example. This is my sister, Ibu Dina.
Yeah. I guess we have problem with the audio, ma'am.
So I have to check the audio, yeah.
Share the audio.
Share the audio. Share the audio. Okay, wait. Well, I think next I will share again, Budina.
Okay.
We can discuss some or share
in the Q.
Another experience, yeah? Same experience.
A very interesting research, ma'am. Yeah. I believe there are a lot of questions from the participants. I see one here, yeah, from Ibu Murti Ayu. So where is it? Oh, about where is it? Okay, what was the biggest challenge in collecting the data, and how did you cope with it?
Okay.
That's the first question.
I don't know who Murti Ayu Wijayanti is, Ibu Dina.
Bu Murti Ayu, can you show your face so that Bu Siti Suharsih can know who you are? Okay, about the challenge in data collections, ma'am.
Data collection, because I combine the two approach, just Ibu Dina, quantitative and qualitative. So the most challenges is qualitative one. I have to observe naturally, and then I have to record them, and then after record I have to making transcription, and then I have to analyze. And you see that I also have to put the phonetic symbol, Ibu Dina Rahmawati, because not all of the readers of my dissertation or my research are Bantenese, yeah. So we need to show how the language spoken. Okay, that's the most challenging, because at the time I have to revise many times. Okay, so it's really dealing with the complete complete language, yeah, started from the written and then sound and then also the expression. Okay, it's very complete, I think.
340 samples or informants in your research. Did you consider the origins of the parents in the family, for example? Because I believe that nowadays there are a lot of mixed marriage, for example, Sundanese and Javanese. Did you also consider about that, ma'am?
Yes, I also considered about that, Ibu Dina. So I really I have to find a very trusted informant, because I believe that informant can give the best data, the best family that I need. Okay, and the informant also should be meet the requirements, Ibu Dina. Okay, so I started the selection of the data really started from the selection of the informant, because I really count on the informant. Okay, why I choose informant? Because I believe that the informant really understand about his or her surrounding. They can show me, they can choose the respondents who really meet the criteria or requirements, and they can also to be the bridge between me as the outsider with the family that I need to be observed, ya, Budina. Okay.
So there are selections, yeah, before the data collections, yeah.
That's right. That's right.
So now I invite questions from the participants. You can post the questions in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself. Oh, Ibu, we have a questions again from Ibu Eri Rahmawati, again from our colleague, ma'am. I mean, did you also consider the Bantenese language education in in the elementary schools into consideration?
Okay. My focus of the research, Ibu Eri, is not about the language policy, but the language use, yeah. And I have not, put the education as my domain of the language, because I really concerned with the family. Okay. I think that will be very interesting in knowing or dealing how Javanese to be one of the mulok, for example, yeah, and because it is really policy, so I think I have to see some regulation, okay. And Ibu Eri asked me why I didn't observe school, something like that, Budina.
What is it, ma'am?
Okay, sorry. Okay, can you repeat Ibu Eri's question?
Did you also consider the Bantenese language educations
Yeah.
in the elementary school into considerations? For example, yeah, it relates with language policy, right?
Yeah. Okay, I was not concerning about that, Ibu Eri, at the time, but I think that will be my next research. Yeah.
Next thing to explore, yeah, ma'am. We
Okay.
have questions from Ibu Aisyah Hamidia. You said that Japanese has levels of use for older, younger people. How do you know that the respondent used those levels?
I put them in range of age, Ibu Aisyah, started from 17 to 60. And I then, analyze the questionnaire based on those kind of range of age, yeah. So I put them in some groups, Ibu Dina. Okay, 17 to 21, and then 22 to 30. Okay, basically in age also there are 4 layers. So I really considered them based on the range of the age, their age. Okay. And if you ask me about the language used, okay, based on the observation, I also try to get the example based on the range of the age.
The range of age.
Yes.
So it answers the questions, right? Oh, one more question. Another questions from Ahmad Septianto. A very long questions, elaborations of questions actually. Ma'am, I want to ask you about the participants in the research. It's about the selections of the participants, ma'am. About the minimum participants of the research, because in qualitative research design, 1 participant is okay, yeah, and then based on many but I see in your research there are 3 more participants. Is it because mixed methods? So it's about the justifications of numbers of participants, ma'am.
Yeah, some of your answers is correct, Ahmad Septianto. Okay, because I use the mixed method. At the previous one, at the very beginning, I proposed my research using quantitative Septianto. But then my promoters or advisors suggest me to prove the use of the language naturally. That it means that I have to mix, yeah, not only using quantitative but also qualitative. And if you ask about the qualitative, that's right. In qualitative data, I don't think that the numbers is to be the key, yeah, as the important. But from my research, because I have 10 sites or 10 location. Okay, so I have to take one family as the representative of each sites. Okay, I don't think I could make kid, yeah, if I have to went around family from one family to another family in one district, for example, yeah, Septianto. Okay, so I put one family as the representative of one side. Okay, so the example of my observation considered about 10 families. Okay, and they spread out from the 10 sides. Okay, I think that's enough. I think because in qualitative we cannot put the the numbers, yeah, but the quality. Okay, the quality, because I want to show, I want to show to everyone that the language my Javanese or the Javanese still use in the family. So I have to prove. So I think at the time I also consult with my advisor, and my advisor suggests me that okay, just put to one or two families, okay, or three lah, okay. They said to prove the audience or the readers that the language is really exists, okay, or still using still used by the speaker. Okay.
So the justifications of the representations of sample is made by the researcher. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
So the
Yes,
researcher who
that's
decided.
right.
Okay. Go to the next questions from Clara and Angel or Angel. Yeah. Why from Angel? Angel. Why from 4 language locations tourism area is the lowest instead from government and industry? Don't they want to show their identity to tourists?
It's very interesting question. Yeah. Okay. You are very detailed, Clara Angel. Okay. Why the people who live near tourist attractions got the lowest percentage in number? Okay, that's right. Basically, most of the influence, in tourist attraction, I took two district. Yeah, first is Banten Lama, and the second site is in Anyer. Okay, I considered the 2 districts as the tourist attraction, Banten Lama as the religion attraction. Okay, tourist attraction. Everyone I think come to Banten only for seeing Banten Lama. Okay, and then everyone also will see Anyer because the beach, because the scenery and many things. So I consider the 2 sites as the tourist attraction. And then when the data from the respondent from the two sites combined, okay, perhaps, okay, the people who live in Anyer really show the lowest, the lowest intensity in using Javanese, okay, because they are combined. But if the 2 respondents or participants from the 2 sites separated, I think based on my data show that the people who live in Banten Lama, okay, or around Masjid Banten, they are still using Javanese. But when the data combine again, okay, to be one location, a tourist attraction, then the percentage become lower. Okay, I think because I put them in one location, yeah, the people who live in Anyer and also the people who live in Banten Lama. Okay, and you said also because of they communicate with others or with foreigners. Yes, one of the reason. Yes, okay. But if you go to Banten Lama and you see some sellers there, and you talk to the sellers, they will speak Bahasa Indonesia with you. But then when they speak to their friends or another sellers, they will back using Javanese. Okay. That's the case in Banten Lama, ya. But in Anyer, okay, they will use Bahasa Indonesia. Okay, mostly. Even some of them will still use Japanese for in a certain condition. Okay, that's
Okay.
Clara Angel.
Yeah, that's the answer for Clara Angel's question.
Okay, I think yeah.
We-
Can I show the what is it?
the video.
The spoken.
Okay, data. Okay, yeah, ma'am, please. Before we go to questions from Ibu Rosmania. Yeah.
Oh, who are they basically, Ibu Dina?
They're your fans, ma'am. They're here for you.
Okay. Why? What? Sorry. Oh, my fans.
Your fans, yeah.
Are my college, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see, and let
Yeah,
us
hopefully we can listen to the
listen
data.
to
Yeah, it's very
the
interesting.
audio, yeah. Can you hear the sound, Budina?
Yeah, but it's not too clear, ma'am.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
Cannot. I mean, it is unclear.
Yeah. It's clear.
Selamatan. Jarang orang semua orang sekabeh unggul ya. Tapi sing lazim dipakai ning serang kuning serang daerah serangku rugerujaki ketumbulan nang
Okay.
So you're discussing about rujak? Is it correct, ma'am?
Ngerujaki is what is it? The kind of a celebration in our
celebration.
culture, yeah. Ngerujaki. Okay.
So I thought it's about rujak. Before we go to the next questions from Ibu Rosmania Rima, because I have a questions, and my question I guess relates to the next questions. The finding of your research, one of the findings is very interesting. It shows that the use of Javanese language is also related with the degree of education, since most of those who graduated from elementary school, right? So is it okay if I can infer that it means that the more educated you are the participants or the samples or your informants, so they will speak less Javanese, ma'am?
Yeah, I agree with you, Ibu Dina, because my data show that if you spend less time in school, okay, means that you are not. I mean, you will not use many languages. You don't have to use. You have to use Bahasa Indonesia all the day, okay, all the time, because you spend, for example, 15 years in school. Okay, you can calculate how many times, yeah, you have to speak Bahasa Indonesia. So my data show that the people basically in elementary, they only spend 6 years, yeah, in the formal domain, that is schools, and the rest of their time will spend in the environment or in family. So I think that's the logic reason, Ibu Dina.
Okay, yeah. So
even when we especially for me, then I aware about the switching and also the mixing the language, and also the process of the language started from how the language grows and until die. So now I try to force myself to speak Japanese. Okay, I think we will go to the same conclusion like that, Ibu Dina. When we realize that, I think it relates with Ibu Rosmania Rima's question, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we are really aware with the language as our identity, even the concept of identity is quite broad. I don't think we can discuss it right now. But if we concern the local language as our part of culture and also identity, I think we can start now. Even you are in 70 or maybe 29, yeah. But I think it's okay. but it is the best for you if you start with your family. Okay, starting with your family.
Yeah. So we have to care, ma'am. Yeah, we have to be aware of the the existence of our local language. Yes, Sundanese, Javanese. So we can start from our family. So your predictions, ma'am, in which generations the language loss will likely to occur? Is it in the next 5 or 10?
Well, talking about the language loss, I think it needs not only 5 or 10, perhaps more than that, because the process of the language, we will have language switching. So switching and mixing is also a part of losing our language, basically. But I think that's natural. And then after we switch, or if we often switch our local or vernacular language into another language, it means that we are in processing of the losing of the language. Okay, and then next, after we switch, and then we perhaps seldom speak those kind of vernacular, and then finally we also do not teach our children to use or to speak our vernacular. I think the process of losing started from that. Okay, when we as parents, didn't try to introduce the local or the vernacular language. Okay, so you can imagine that next in our next generation, our children, and then they get married again. Okay, I don't think that they know their local or their vernacular language. And when somebody asks you, where do you come from, for example, Serang. Okay, what language you use? I don't know. Okay, it also happens with my children, basically Budina. But fortunately, one of my the assistant, she cannot speak Bahasa Indonesia, so she really speaks Japanese. So I think that the best teaching process of how language is spoken, and my children slowly. Okay, I hope so. They know the origin of their parents' language. Okay, yeah.
It's 3:05 actually. Yeah, it's a very interesting discussions, ma'am. Thank you very much for sharing your very interesting question, your interesting research. Yeah, thank you once again for the participants, for a special attendance from colleagues from Jurusan Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris, Ibu Rosmania Rima, Ibu Eri, Ibu Murti Ayu, Ibu Dr. Aisyah Hamidia, Ibu Dr. Murti Ayu, Ibu Dr. Aisyah Hamidia, and then who says and colleagues from IKIP Siliwangi. Thank you all, for joining our ninth program of research talk. Now we have a tokens of appreciation, Ibu Siti Suharsih. Now Pak Udi will present the digital certificate to Ibu Dr. Siti Suharsih.
Oh my God.
Okay, Lugi?
We need to actually hand 3 certificates for Bu Siti Suharsih for her very wonderful presentation and very amazing work that she has presented. Bu Dr. Siti Suharsih, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for such an excellent presentation. We really learned a lot, and now we understand that yes, maintaining local language is more than important. I think we as parents need to also introduce that we have the root, and then one of the root as part of the identity is the language. Thank you so much, Ibu Dr. Siti Suharsih. And then this e-certificate is a form of appreciation from us, the International Office of Sultan Ageng Tirtayasa. Thank you so much, and good luck for for the next sessions with us in the future.
Okay, thank you very much, Pak Udi Samanhudi, the head of International Office of Tirta. Actually, Pak Udi's statement.
As a conclusion, I think.
Correct. The concluding remarks of our session today is about the root.
Thank you, Pak Udi.
Identity.
That's right.
Thank you very much, Ibu Siti Suharsih. Thank you once again, and thank you all. Looking forward to meeting you in the next sessions of Research Talk 10 next Man. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you everyone.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you Pak Udi, thank you Bu Dina.
Nuhun. Ahaturun bahasa Jawa Serangnya apa?
Nuhun.
Nuhun.
Nuhun saos nggih.
Now we got to maintain that language.
Orang Serang juga.
Nuhun J.
Oh, niku wenten Ibu Ika Handayani, Ibu Ika
Oh,
Handayani.
Ada ya Bu Ika Handayani ya.
Native speaker.
Oke Bu Ika, ya.
Oke.
Right, thank you.
Thank you
very much,
everyone.
Suharsih.
Thank you Ibu.
Bu Dina,
Thank you.
everyone. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Bye.
Halo Bu Ika.
Halo, nice presentation.
Thank you Ibu Ika.
Jadi
Oke.
pengen ngomong bahasa Jawa ya. Sampunlah,
Oke,
thank you very
sampun.
much.
Oke. Atur nuhun nggih Teh. Sampun milet nggih.
Sampun Bu.
Sorry, I
I think Pak Udi, I think I should speak Japanese, not English, because I have to introduce to audience about the Japanese. Cotton ge.
And Paudi will respond in Sundanese, ya. Sundanese Banten.
Okay. I think I'm just like the lost Bantenese, I'm speaking bahasa Sunda instead of bahasa Jawa Serang.
Yeah, because
perhaps Pak Udi later ya join in my Arisan family ya. You know that all of my family members using Jaseng ya.
Jaseng.
Nggih.
Nggih.
Thank you Bu Siti Suharsih. Thank
Nuhun
you.
nggih Bu Ika.
Thank you Bu
Nuhun
Ika,
nggih,
ya.
Bu Dr. Arsih. Nuhun.
Oke. Nuhun.
Ya.
Izin pamit ya Ibu Dina dan
Mangga.
teman-teman
Ya.
di PLI.
Ya.
Terima kasih.
I still have a
semuanya ya. Thank you
Thank
so
you very
much.
much.
Bye.